Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. We are back again with another one. Yeah. What we have is a situation here where we're going to be pretty much reacting to a situation that went down on No Jumper. Yeah, that's right. No Jumper fight during an interview between Almighty Suspect and Kelpy. You know, this is interesting because it kind of reminded me of the Shanquella situation. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that situation because, you know, we got this guy, Almighty Suspects. I guess he want to be a tough guy. He appears to be a tough guy. But the guy that he swung on, it's not in the same weight class. You know, where I'm from, we don't respect that. Seems like an easy target. You didn't really go after somebody that's more on your caliber. Instead, you swung on a man that clearly he's not about that life. But you thought that it's going to give you some sort of street credibility? Really? And see, this is what happens when people are jealous. This is what happens when you got something going on for yourself and another man's envious of you. He always been. See, we're going to take a look at the clip. We got the whole situation that went down. And then we're going to take a look at Kelpy. He's going to pretty much share his thoughts on what went down. But see, stuff like this I can't respect. I can't respect stuff like this. You know, when guys appear like they're tough guys and they're very emotional. They got weak skin. Y'all both going back and forth, but because he says the B word, you get in your feelings. You become a woman. You want to fight. And see, also I blame No Jumper for this as well. Because it's supposed to be your platform, right? So if men come on there, it should be a professional setting. But if someone came on my platform and decide to fight one of my guests, that's it for that particular person. They're never welcome on my platform. You know why? Because fighting a guest on my platform represents me. So it's making me look bad. And I'm not going to tolerate that. So let's take a look at the tape. Let's see how this thing all built up and how this thing transpired. We're going to show you that this particular situation that went down is the same situation with the Shanquella Robinson. Same type of situation. See, nobody's saying that Shanquella was an angel. Nobody's saying that she never had any words. Nobody's saying that. But she's definitely not the type of woman that wanted to fight based on the situation that took place with her. When her friends was like, at least fight back. And she was like, no, because she's not about that life. Do you understand my point? And see, a lot of men, they know who to target and who not to target. And in this particular situation, Almighty Suspect is a coward. Yeah, you're a coward, bro. You are. Because throughout this interview, I saw something in you. You were jealous. You're jealous because this other brother is most likely younger. He's getting money. You don't like that. You didn't like the fact that this brother is shining, probably getting more women, probably got more clout than you. And you're upset. And you took it upon yourself to try to fight him. And it wasn't even about the words that he said to you. You're just a coward because the whole time you've been jealous of this man. Yeah. This whole time you've been waiting for the opportunity to fight. You couldn't wait. As soon as you got on the no jumper, you were dreaming, if I could just provoke a fight, just so I can make him look bad in front of the whole world. You made yourself look bad, bro. From the street standpoint, you're a coward. You're not looking good at this point. You're not. I mean, look at the target that you picking on. You ain't went after some guy that's like totally hood, thugged out. You ain't go after that dude, nah. You went after an easy target. And you're proud of yourself? Anybody that look at this tape will clearly see that you jealous of this guy, bro. You're definitely jealous of this guy. But let's look at the tape. Let's let the tape do the judging. Let's play the tape.
Making a big splash on the scene.
Hold on, let's go.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today, pretty excited because we have somebody who's making a big splash on the scene.
He's making a big splash on the scene, which means somebody is making some noise, getting some money, and some people are jealous. But No Jumper featured Kelpy on the show. Let's let him talk right now.
Yes, sir.
Kelpy is in the
Hello,
building.
Kelpie, also known as Kelpie the P. As a matter of fact, you can call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke.
He said you could call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke.
That's
yeah,
right.
Out here today.
And then co-hosting with me.
Big Seth Gerber, the splurger, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, almighty for the album, because the record too short, you dig what I'm saying? Though the real deal, you know what I'm saying? Holyfield, you know what I'm saying? Not the impersonation.
Damn, he just came with a whole little monologue like OJ the Juice. That was fire.
So this particular guy, Almighty Suspect, is supposed to be your co-hosting with you today. So you have a co-host that is attacking your guests. Wow. Not very professional, to say the least. It says a lot about No Jumper. Y'all gonna have to take this L for this one. That means that guests have to be concerned about people fighting them on the broadcast. Kind of sad when you really think about it. You know, unless it was all staged for views. But it looks pretty real because particular guy was kind of lumped up. Looked like he needed some help. So he's supposed to be your co-host. And you're gonna allow him to continue to come to the platform after that? Situations like that we can't just let that slide. You'll never be welcome on the platform again after a stunt like that. Let's play the tape.
Okay, so I wanted to hop in here and attempt to, have a conversation that perhaps can build on some of the other conversations that have already happened. Yeah. So let's lay this all out. So you had a very, very viral appearance on Soft White Underbelly.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened. What was your life like in the lead up to that? Why'd you decide to do that?
In the lead up to that, I was hustling. I don't want to say specifics, but I was doing a little shit in the streets. And then basically I was like, what?
I feel like you've already filled this in about what you were doing in the
Yeah,
streets.
I mean, well, Sharp made some accusations about what I was doing. I don't want to admit or deny those, but yeah, basically I was getting money and shit. And then that hustle came to an abrupt end when I got raided. So then I switched into another one because I seen some people that needed help, and I just jumped into the game.
Now keep in mind, the whole time, Almighty Suspect is listening to this thing mad all this time. Because he don't like the fact that the white guy is like, yeah, I was in these streets, I was hustling, was getting money, doing my thing. So he's sitting there on the sidelines like, you know what, here you are trying to act like you from the streets. You trying to act like you about that life. See, he's already jealous. Because he don't like the fact that this other guy is getting money and portraying a certain image in his eyes. That's how jealousy seeps in. People will watch you, see you growing, see you getting money. And because they mad, because they're not doing anything with themselves, they decide to try to sabotage what you got going for yourself in order to make themselves look good. And that is what Almighty Suspect did on the No Jumper show.
Prob getting raided though.
Oh, well, I was outside vaping and shit and like, you know, still hustling. And the girls were inside and basically just got a no-knock raid. They came in, they pulled me outside some undercovers and they like drew their guns on me and shit like that, put me in the squad car. And then they all just were like inside my house and like, yo, we got a warrant to search your person and your vehicle. And
now that sounds like a movie the way he's explaining it. You know, they raided his house, they did this, they did that. So all the while the other guy's like, look, man, you trying to act like you so damn gangster, man. I'm the real hood dude. I'm the real ninja here. I don't like you trying to act all hard. This is why I keep telling you folks, you got people that are watching you. They're jealous of you, man. I'm telling you, man, there's so many people around you right now that are jealous of you, envy you for no reason other than because you getting yours. And they're mad about that. They don't even know your struggles, but they are unhappy for you. And the minute you appear like you're outshining them, they're going to try to come at you.
House.
But they were suspicious of you.
Yeah, they were trying to say that I was like, you know, drug dealing or something like that.
Okay.
And
but you don't have a case as a result of this?
Nah, I never heard back from them, honestly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then you decide, like, how did the software underbelly opportunity even come about?
Well, I've been trying to do some like online stuff and just get that internet money and also promote my girl's OnlyFans.
Okay.
So basically, check out Crystal Roses on OnlyFans, by the way. She's going up. But no, basically, I was just trying to promote that stuff. So I went on Soft White, talking about my story. And then, yeah, it just kind of blew up from there.
So what was the feedback like? Like, what would you describe as the most common comments that you saw in response to the software underbelly thing that were really driving it being viral?
Oh, just a lot of hateful shit about the way I was dressed, mostly. People was like, and also I feel like they took a lot of the shit I said out of context. Like when I said I was homeless, that was because I just got evicted after the raid. The apartments had like kicked us out with some Section 8 that I was staying in with my family and the girls. So they kicked us out of that. And then a lot of people were like, oh, why is he dressed like a Party City pimp, fake chains and all that? But
so people were coming at him, talking about why he dressed like a pimp, why he's this, why he that. They were already done hating on him. He said he switched up what he was doing before. He was promoting some woman's OnlyFans. He tried to do something different. He talked about how he was getting this internet money. So all of this talk that he's talking, all the while, the other guy on the sidelines, red eye, mad about the whole thing. Because he think he's more real. He think he's more hood, more gangster. But yet he's picking on this guy. Clearly this guy is not no damn threat. Clearly this guy is not from no damn streets. This guy is not gonna do nothing to nobody. He's just focusing on getting his money. That's all he's focusing on. See, you could recognize when somebody's about something. He's not about that gangster crap. He's not about trying to prove nothing. He's focusing on getting money. The other guy don't like that. And that's how the jealousy comes in. And because this guy right here is more talented in getting money, the other guy figure, hey, I'm more talented in wanting to fight you. Because I know you're not going to fight me back. So if I can fight you on this camera in front of the whole world and they could see me, it'll give me some clout. It'll make me look gangster. It'll make me look like something that I'm really not. Because under normal circumstances, I would never do this to the right person. You would never see Almighty Suspect approach a real street dude and have that same kind of energy. He's not going to do that. He'll be on a milk box. He knows that. That's why he's doing that to this guy, because he know that guy is focusing on getting money. He's not focusing on trying to prove nothing with no fight. Let's listen to the tape.
You know, it's all real. You know, the outfit, I feel like that's the most thing that people said was being disrespectful. But I was just doing that to get attention. But all my jewelry's...
Notice he said he was wearing it to get attention. So clearly he's just doing what he's doing to get attention. All the while, the other guy, blood is boiling.
And stuff.
So, Suspect, fill me in on that. Like, is there something expected of you before you've earned the stripes to wear certain types of like pimp outfits?
Nah, it wasn't even that. It was like, we felt like that shit, like the equivalent to get everybody to understand, kind of like blackface. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was kind of like it looked like a costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Notice how he twisted it and made it look like it's something sort of like blackface. In other words, a white person wearing a black face to crack jokes. That's what he's implying that it's like. Do you see how he made it a racial thing? Do you see how he twisted it into a racial thing? Because he don't like this guy. See, almighty suspect, he don't like white people. But yet, this guy is so light-skinned, he's close to white people. But yet he think he's hood. Yet he think he's more melanated. But he got a lot of hate in his heart for this guy for some odd reason. And he's comparing the guy dressing a certain way, like blackface, making it a racial issue to try to turn people against him. Do you see how he did that? You got to peep the game. You got to listen to it. Read the temperature in the room. This guy right here is jealous the whole time. He don't like that the other guy's making money. He don't like that. He been hating on him for a long time. And now that he's on this show, on this interview, he figured this is the best time. The best time to make him look bad in front of everybody so I could take his power. And that's what people want to do to you. They want to take your power. Because they always wanted to be you. But they couldn't just come to you and just acknowledge you. Listen to the tape.
It's like he came in here wearing that shit like in his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like. I got my little $sign chain, my little fur
I got
coat.
2 of them.
But do you feel like, you could have rocked the same fit or something similar?
Do you see the competitive jealousy coming in? Do you see what No Jumper just did? People, don't let others put the battery in your back. Don't let others put you in a position where competitive jealousy, the demon of competitive jealousy, will kick in. Notice what No Jumper guy did. He said, you think you could have pulled it off better? You think if you would have wore the same fit, it would have been better? Do you see the competition? And see, this is why a lot of you so-called ninjas out here that like competing against other black men when you should be building together. This is why y'all can't work together. Because you stay secretly in competitive jealousy, competing against another man. He's not even competing against you. He's just trying to do his own thing, but you're in competition. Rather than doing your thing, you're trying to see who can wear the fit the best. To do what? To get attention. So what we have today is a lot of emotional men that are just looking for attention. Rather than focusing on their money, taking care of their household and their families, you got grown-ass men worried about attention now, like women. Yeah. Let's go.
But I mean, I'm true to this, so of course I could. But
wow.
That's the same thing. Like, I'm blackface. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay. It's like...
Notice that he think because he's so-called black that he's able to pull it off better. Do you see the competitive jealousy? Do you see that?
Wearing blackface.
But but aren't there white pimps at these pimp conventions and shit?
White folks.
Let's rewind that back. You gotta peep all of this energy, fam. You gotta peep all this energy that's going on in the room.
Costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like he came in here wearing that shit like in his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like. I got my little $sign chain, my little fur
I got
coat.
2 of them.
But do you feel like you could have rocked the same fit or something similar?
But I mean, I'm true to this, so of course I could. But that's the same thing. Like, I'm blackface. You get what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
It's like wearing blackface.
But but aren't there white pimps at these pimp conventions and shit?
White folks is a poppin' ass white pimp.
And you didn't even know who he was until right now.
But
until
I
the
know
new
who he
interview.
is. I know who
we
he
asked
is.
you that last interview. You had no clue.
You didn't ask me about no white pimps last time.
The nigga Sharp said, you know who the fuck white folks is? You was like, no, I don't. You didn't know who the fuck that was.
He told me who that was on FaceTime before the interview
Exactly.
happened.
You didn't know who white folks was until we informed you.
Until Sharp informed me on a FaceTime before this interview.
Until a pimp informed you who exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? There's white pimps out.
Do you see how his blood is boiling all this time? Do you feel all of that emotional energy, all that feminine energy that's in the room? See, at this moment, you can see the feminine energy kicking in. This is what happens when men are not brought up around men. They're not being raised by men. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to keep their voices at a certain level. When one raises his voice, he raises up louder. The other one goes louder. The emotions are really going wild now. See, at this moment, that's when the No Jumper guy got to step in and say, hold up now. Let's tone this thing down a little bit. Getting a little out of hand, right? But no, they let it rock out. Because a lot of times, these things be plotted and staged to go down this way. Let's go.
no clue.
You didn't ask me about no white pimps last time?
The nigga Sharp said, you know who the fuck white folks is? You was like, no, I don't. You didn't know who the fuck that was.
He told me who that was on FaceTime before the interview
exactly.
happened.
You didn't know who white folks was until we informed you.
Until Sharp informed me on a FaceTime before this interview.
Until a pimp informed you who exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? There's white pimps out there.
Somebody informed him before his interview.
How it's blackface. That seems like you're bringing up racism where it doesn't need to be brought up.
No. That was just an analogy to get everybody to understand. I'm not saying that you were doing. It's
you said I was doing blackface
to get everybody to understand. Yeah, because you pulled up in a pimp costume.
He was saying it was like blackface, but is it the fact?
So he didn't like the fact that he pulled up in a pimp costume. It got under his skin because he see another man in a pimp costume. He felt that he wasn't a pimp. So he didn't like the fact that he was wearing a costume. These are supposed to be grown men, mind you. Grown men doing this type of behavior.
He's white in general, or is the fact that he's so new in the game?
It's just
he's mad that it's a white guy. He feels that only a black guy can be a pimp. In other words, a white man is not supposed to be a pimp. This boils down to jealousy, point blank. You're jealous of the white guy because you felt that you are supposed to be the pimp, not him. And this is exactly what I've been talking about for the past few weeks. People are in competition with you the whole time. The whole time they competing. They get up every day trying to compete with the next man. So you think you will look better in the pimp uniform. You're mad because a white guy is doing it. You mad about that. Out of all the men in the world, Kelpie is the guy that you're concerned with. Jealousy, bro. Anytime you find yourself in competitive jealousy and your focus is one man and one man only, you have been jealous of that person the whole time. And you could just look at his body language. Look at him. He's jealous the whole time.
Because he's not really doing that shit in his head. He came.
But I am really doing that shit. My pockets will prove that.
That's like, what's a good analogy? Well, I just gave one, like blackface, but let's do another one. Like a nigga who go to the gym with all the shit and he looking like he finna ball the fuck up. You feel me? And then when he get the ball, he can't do shit. But he came in his head like, this what ballers look like. I'm gonna get the headband, the socks, and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so he's trying to make fun of him now, trying to mock him, trying to say this, trying to do that. Why? Because he want to be the top dog. That's what he want to be.
That's what I'm saying.
What if he starts learning how to play ball and then he starts balling harder than other motherfuckers?
Right.
Is he still impersonating at that point?
Everybody's a little kid trying to be Michael Jordan at one point, right? And then the next day, boom, you are Michael Jordan.
You gotta crawl before you can walk, bro. So everybody starts somewhere. And I feel like y'all were hating on that because not even the race thing, because I feel like we're all the same, no matter what color we are. But I feel like it's because of my age and because of how new I was to the game.
That's exactly what it is. New to the game, your age, and a lot more. And they're just jealous at this point. They're jealous. You see, notice the temperature of the white boy. The temperature is at a certain, frequency. And he's like, just trying to be calm, cool, collective, still having the conversation. But the other guy is trying to get under his skin. Because the whole time he want to fight. He really do. He's just waiting to get you out of character so that you can say or do something to trigger his reaction.
Y'all just attacked me for
that
it.
has nothing to do with that. I don't feel like you're
That's
new to
not what
shit.
it seemed like.
You hate white people.
Like no. I feel like you're not new to shit. I just feel like you're an impersonator for your SoundCloud career. You're not new to shit, nigga.
So now he's an impersonator for his SoundCloud career. Bro, it sounds like you're speaking from jealousy. Why are you worried about his SoundCloud career? So you watching his career from the sidelines, right? Mad as hell. You mad because you ain't doing nothing with yourself? So you mad because his hands is in the OnlyFans game, his hand is in the internet game, his hand is in the music and this and that. You're just jealous all around. You're just upset, bro. You're mad because your life sucks. And you're upset because a white guy is doing it better than you. And you felt that for some odd reason because you think you're black. Somehow you're entitled to some sort of credibility and praises. So now you're trying to outdo him on the show.
Bro, I don't even focus on music.
You came up in here
I focus
talking
on the
about
streets. I focus on getting money.
Notice what he said. He said, I don't even focus on music. I focus on the street. I focus on getting money. Which means you got the game twisted. You talking about this SoundCloud stuff. I don't even focus on music, he said. So now that's making the other guy even more mad because now it's like You try to hit him with the SoundCloud thing, like this is about him trying to promote his music or some nonsense. Guy's like, look, I don't even focus on music. I'm getting money in the streets. Now what? What are you gonna say now?
You professing old school, and then you was like, we actually where you learned this shit from, and then you said, yeah, I watched Sharp on YouTube. Like, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
I have no mentors in real life.
Notice what he said. He said, I didn't have no mentors in real life. I learned how to move by watching other people. That's basically what he's saying. But see, almighty suspect is jealous because whatever he learned, he must be doing it good because it's helping him to win. And the suspect brother is like, listen, you're not really real though. You kind of just learn how to do certain things to make yourself shine, but you're not really from the hood. You're not from the streets. You're not you know what I mean? You're not in the trap house. Jealousy.
On YouTube and in person and
start getting money from
get in the fucking streets, nigga, and get
what
some
you think
real
I've been
experience.
doing? For what money?
But all these drill kids are looking at older drill rappers and fucking getting influenced by that, right?
Drilling though.
But he's really outside pimping.
He's not. Nah, really.
He's not.
Really, I brought 2 bitches with me. I ain't never seen none of your bitches.
That don't mean shit.
He got some work on the couch.
None of your bitches.
Right.
None of your bitches.
Because I'm really doing this shit. What the fuck I look like bringing some bitches in here?
Really?
You're a clown,
Well,
nigga. You gonna get life for this shit. You gonna get life for playing around, nigga. I'm really doing this shit. What the fuck do I look like?
Notice how mad he's getting right now because the other dude said, yo, I bring my women with me. I don't see you with no women. Now that get under a man's skin. When a man know he not doing well, and then you hit him with the card of, hey, I'm getting my women. Where your women? I don't see you with no women. An insecure guy, he started getting real emotional. And judging by the facts, your boy suspect is suspect. Because his temperature is rising. Because he's upset. See, right now, Kelpie is playing chess with him. And he's hitting and he's spitting bars and is getting under suspect's skin. He just like, fam, you making me look bad right now. I'm on no jumper. You making me look weak, bro. I can't take this no more. I never liked you. And now you making me look bad? It's bad enough you getting more money than me? You got better looking women than me? I can't take this no more. I can't take this no more. I know what I'm gonna do.
Prostitutes in here. Niggas get the book through at them for this shit. This nigga's a clown.
And the whole time, no jumper guy, I don't even know his name. He's just sitting there laughing at the whole thing because for him, it's all entertainment. For him, his numbers is gonna go up. But he ain't thinking about the fact that something about to pop off.
Nigga's a clown and impersonator, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. You're a clown. Nigga, you're a clown, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. You're a bum, nigga. Go get some money, nigga. You ain't know nobody track. Mr. Old School, you ain't got no fucking money, nigga. Pull some money out. You broke ass nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. You's a bum.
My bitches get me money.
Nigga, fuck out of here. Them bitches dusty as fuck. Them bitches dusty as fuck.
Now, let's ask the question. Because a lot of people that seen this, and we're going to rewind it back. A lot of people that seen this, they were saying that Kelpie deserved to get a knuckle sandwich because he called him a B. But I find it interesting that nobody's asking the question of why suspect was calling a white guy the N-word. Why none of you are talking about that? Why none of you are talking about the fact that your suspect brother was being disrespectful to Kelpie the whole time, calling him an N-word the whole time? So y'all didn't see that, right? That just went right over y'all head. All y'all heard was the white boy calling this clown a B. And all of a sudden, everybody in their feathers now. Yeah, he deserved to get punched. He deserved that. Yeah. But suspect was calling the dude an N-word the whole time. Now, what if we flip that around? And Kelpie was calling him the N-word. Now everybody will be highly offended. Do you see how that worked? Do you see the double standard? Do you see the hypocrisy? Let's rewind back the tape. so we could see the disrespect, where it came from. Let's check it out.
Fuck out of here,
Those
nigga.
old school guys.
I have no mentors on harder than other motherfuckers.
Right.
Is he still impersonating at that point?
Everybody's a little kid trying to be
like
Michael
we
Jordan
all
at one
started
point, right?
somewhere,
And then
right?
the next day, boom,
Yeah.
you are Michael Jordan.
You gotta crawl before you can walk, bro. So everybody starts somewhere, and I feel like y'all were hating on that because not even the race thing, because I feel like we're all the same, no matter what color we are. But I feel like it's because of my age and because of how new I was to the game that y'all just attacked me for.
That has nothing to do with that.
Really?
I don't feel like you're
That's
new to
not what it
shit.
seemed like.
You hate
I don't
white
feel
people.
Like you're, no. I feel like you're not new to shit. I just feel like you're an impersonator for your SoundCloud career. You're not new to shit, nigga.
Notice he called him an impersonator for his SoundCloud career.
Bro, I don't even focus on music.
You came up in
I
here
focus
talking
on the
about
streets. I focus
you
on
came
getting
in here
money.
talking about you professing old school, and then you was
Now
like,
watch as suspect calls him an N-word multiple times.
Yeah.
we actually where you learned this shit from, and then you said, yeah, I watched Sharp on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here,
Those
nigga.
old school guys.
It's not-
You ain't hear that? He said it one time already.
I have no
it's not some
mentors in
shit
real
you
life.
could watch on YouTube and impersonate.
And start
nigga.
getting money from
Get in
it?
2, he called him it again.
the fucking streets, nigga.
3, he called him an N-word again.
And
What
get
you
some
think
real
I've been doing?
experience.
Getting
nigga.
money.
4, he called him an N-word 4 times.
And real
All
experience
these
every day.
drill kids are looking at
Every
older
day.
drill rappers and
Experience.
fucking getting
But they
influenced
really
by that,
outside
right?
drilling though.
But he's
I'm
really outside pimping.
He's not. Nah, really.
He's not.
Really, I brought 2 bitches with
He's
me. I ain't
not.
never seen none of your bitches.
That don't mean
He got
shit.
some
I ain't
work
never
on the
seen
couch.
None of your
Right,
bitches.
Right.
None of your bitches.
Because I'm really doing this shit. What the fuck I look like bringing some bitches in
Really?
here? You're a clown,
Well, then you
nigga.
need to
5 times he called this man an N-word. 5 times. 5 times he called Kelpy an N-word. But nobody heard that part. You know why? Because you ninjas are so accustomed to that N-word that it's no longer offensive when a ninja is using it. But if Kelpy was calling him an N-word 5 times, man, oh man, y'all be so mad. 5 times. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear more.
You gonna get
You
life
need to
for this
prove it.
shit. You gonna get life for playing around,
So how am
nigga.
I gonna
I'm
get
really
life if
doing
you're
this
not
shit.
6 times. He said it again. That's the 6th time.
What the
Real
fuck
life.
do I
Come
look
on
like
now.
bringing
Sounds
some
stupid as
prostitutes
fuck,
in
bro.
here?
Sounds
Niggas
stupid
get
as
the
fuck.
fuck through at them
We
for
get
this
money,
shit. This
and you
nigga's a
jealous.
clown.
You a fucking
This
hater.
7 times. 7 times. I'm not even gonna waste my time counting anymore. He called this man the N-word so many times. And yet Kelpie remained cool. There's nothing wrong with 2 guys having a debate. It doesn't matter. You know, you could get a little energy going. But now to go to throwing hands and wanting to fight, come on. Let's go.
You're a
Bro,
clown and
you're a player
impersonator,
hater. You're
nigga.
breaking one of the
Fuck
rules of
out
the
of
game
here,
right
nigga. You're a
there.
clown.
Fucking being a
Nigga, you're
player
a clown,
hater.
nigga.
Sus, girl.
Fuck out of here,
Nah,
nigga. You're a
listen right
bum,
here.
nigga.
Listen
Go get
right
some
here,
money,
bro.
nigga. You ain't know
What you
nobody
fucking
track.
think I do
Mr.
every-
Old School, you ain't got
every
no fucking money,
motherfucking
nigga.
day?
11 times. 11 times he called this man an N-word.
I
Pull
get
some money
money,
out.
bro.
You broke
Every
ass
fucking
nigga.
day I
Fuck
get
out
money,
of here,
bro.
nigga. You's a
My
bum.
bitches get me money. I
Nigga,
pull
fuck
right
out of
out
here.
the
Them
ass.
bitches dusty
Every
as fuck.
fucking day, bro.
Them bitches dusty
And you
as
ain't got no
fuck.
bitches. You ain't got no
That's
fucking
cool.
bitches.
I'll say that. That's cool.
You ain't got no
Okay,
Because when
bitches.
the
hold on.
police watching, I don't have no bitches. I'm a podcaster.
Let me just interrupt
And I'm
real
an
quick.
OnlyFans manager when the police
Let,
watch.
let me just
Clown
interrupt real
ass
quick.
nigga.
Yeah, you, bro.
Okay, hold on. People
This
try to
nigga's a goofball.
pull that out on Sharp and stuff too. Like, where's your bit?
Somebody in the chat said he punched him because he called him a B. Are you paying attention to the stream? Suspect called him an N-word over 12 times. And you're comparing that to a B? First of all, I don't know why you dudes are even fighting because somebody called you a few words. It just goes to show how effeminate and emotional men are today. Men are more emotional than women in today's culture. Yeah. So because somebody called you a B, that mean that as a man, you gotta prove something. You gotta fight. Because somebody called you a B. I'm telling you, bro, a lot of you guys, you're supposed to be in the grave. You're supposed to be. You're that weak that a man can call you a B. You ready to fight. You ready? You know what that proves? It proves that you're not a man. It proves that you're very emotional, very weak. That's what that proves. Imagine that, fam. This whole time, I'm counting how much times suspect disrespected the white guy by calling him an N-word. But people are focused on the fact that Kelpie called him a B. Just say you don't like white people. Just say that. Because that's what this is really about. This is about a jealous ninja that is mad because a white boy is getting money, got more women, and more clout. And he's younger. That's right. That's what this is all about.
You ain't know nobody track, Mr. Old School. You ain't got no fucking money, nigga. Pull some money out. You broke ass nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. You's a bum.
My bitches get me money. I pull right out the ass.
Bitches dusty as fuck.
Every fucking day, bro.
Them bitches dusty as fuck.
And you ain't got no bitches. You ain't got no fucking bitches.
I'll say that. That's cool.
You ain't got no bitches.
Because when the police watching, I don't have no bitches. I'm a podcaster.
Let me just interrupt real quick.
I'm an OnlyFans manager when the police
watching. Let me just interrupt real quick.
Yeah, you, bro.
Okay, hold on. People try to pull that out on Sharp and stuff too. Like, where's your bitch? I'm gonna be real. Like, me and Sharp have been in the same group chat for like a couple years at this point, so I've seen some of the girls he spends time with. He definitely has some attractive women in his life. I have no idea what their relationship is, but also, you know, you got to respect it. Like, fucking, if I had like all kinds of girls, I would probably try to keep some kind of distance between my professional life and bringing chicks around all my employees and stuff. I mean, I am somebody who lives my whole fucking life on the internet, so it might be kind of different from me. But I mean, just because he don't necessarily, I've seen some women trailing him before.
Niggas really know, nigga. I'm on tracks, boy. Fuck out of here.
I ain't never
nigga.
seen no bitches.
Who are you?
I'm little Kelpie.
Kelpie the pimp.
Kelpie the motherfucking
Kelpie the
pimp.
clown.
Notice he says nobody don't even know you. He said nobody don't even know you. Jealousy. You know how many people are low-key jealous of you, brothers and sisters, on the low? You know how many people is mad at me, jealous behind the scenes, pissed off, angry at the whole world, mad? I don't even know none of these people, nor do I care. I don't even waste my time because it's irrelevant. I got too much going to be wasting my time with a low vibrational creature with no life, and I'm wasting my energy. See, what Kelpie should have did is just ignore the clown because it's a waste of time. Clearly the guy is on a different frequency. He's jealous. I would have just been like, fam, it just seems like you just jealous, bro. So I'm almost going to leave it alone. Could we get to the next question? And that would have been it. Because at this point, it's like he's just trying to provoke you. And that's typical what people do when they're jealous and they got nothing really going for themselves. They try to resort to some sort of violence because that's the only thing the ninja is capable of doing. You know what's so interesting about this? That Charlton or Carlton or whatever his name is, he said something along the lines of how a ninja is afraid to harm a white person, but he's quick to want to attack a black man. I'm going to do a reaction to that particular video. Very, very interesting what he had to say.
You ain't gotta know who I am, bro. Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch.
Fuck out of here.
He knows who the fuck I am. I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin.
Who? You said what? Who? You said what? Who? Notice that. Notice how he's listening to his words attentively. He was waiting for the B word. He couldn't wait. That was the trigger word. That was the word to justify everything. Listen again. Wind back the tape. Listen to this mess.
I am somebody who lives my whole fucking life on the internet, so it might be kind of different from me. But I mean, just because he don't necessarily, I've seen some women trailing him before.
Niggas really know, nigga. I'm on tracks, boy. Fuck out of here.
I ain't never seen no bitches.
Who are you?
I'm little Kelpie.
Kelpie the pimp.
Kelpie the motherfucking
Kelpie the
pimp.
clown.
You ain't gotta know who I am, bro. Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch.
Fuck out of here.
He knows who the fuck I am. I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am, bitch.
Who you calling a bitch, though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Dude, fuck you.
call a bitch, slow ass boy. Oh, wait a minute, nigga. I hurt you. Don't call me no bitch. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Don't call me no bitch. You crazy. You crazy. I was in here chilling. Call me no bitch. We was all trying to be in here. What's wrong with you, nigga?
So let me get this straight. So a guy call you a B and you're ready to go crazy to kill him, right? Really? And all of this is on a podcast. How amazing. Isn't this interesting, fam? This is supposed to be grown men. Grown men. Wow.
Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch.
Fuck out of here.
He knows who the fuck I am. I'm
You
getting
said
money
what?
every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am, bitch.
Who you calling a
Ben
bitch,
Franklin,
though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Wow. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? See, when a man is emotional like a woman, this is the results of what you get. That's what happens. Now notice the no jumper guy, he's like he can't believe what's happening. Now there could be a lot of problems that could come out of this. You know, you come on a show and you become violent towards somebody, that can become a problem. But see, this is what happens when men are emotional like women. Now, once he got up, security, camera team, whatever the case is, they should have just bum rushed and did what they had to do. Sad situation, right? See, everybody's saying what they would do, but a lot of you are not in that room. So you really don't know what you're talking about. Because this goes back to Shanquella Robinson. You all fell into the trap. This all goes back to Shanquella Robinson. You see, Shanquella Robinson, she didn't want to fight. She was just there, and they decided to record everything. They decided to put this woman in a position to fight. And while all you folks out there are saying, at least block, at least punch back, at least do this, you're doing the same thing that was done to Shanquella. While she's being beaten, her friends was like, at least hit her back. You're no different. Why? Because all of you love violence. You love violence. You felt it would be better if he fight back, do this. He ain't want to fight. He didn't come there to fight. Okay, we having a little debate. That's cool. It makes for a good podcast. A little debate here and there. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if it get a little heated, cool. But we're not going to take it to the next level because there's no need for that. Why? Because we all getting money. If we all getting money, why we fighting for? When a man got to resort to fighting, that man is a woman. He's emotional. Check his temperature. Is that man wearing panties? What's going on? Why he so heated like that? This man got up and took a swing on the brother. And that ain't nothing because I got the raw uncut footage. I'm not going to play it, but I got the raw footage. You understand? I got the raw footage when it took place. Yeah. See, that's why no jumper in them, they cleaned it up. You know, for YouTube. You know how that go. But at this point, it's clear he's wearing black panties by the photo. This is just a similar situation to the Chantel beating. She didn't want to fight, but for whatever reason, everybody else was prompting her to fight. Like, at least hit him, at least hit him back, at least swing, at least block, at least do this. Y'all sound just like the Shanquella tapes. Same thing. Same exact thing. So now, what if he would have got up and started fighting and they start going wild? Next minute, somebody lifts somebody up and break their neck same way like the Shanquella death. Then what you gonna say? What are you gonna say then? Notice no jumper guy step back first. Why? Because he's scared. See what I'm saying? He not about that life. You see how this all plays out? This is how you know who's who. And this is happening on his broadcast now. But he let it rock out. See how that works? He stepped back because he know he not really about that. He might have guests on, they talk their ish, all that stuff, but he not really about that life. He's not. It's crazy, right? Now keep in mind, the whole time the other guy is slugging him, connecting, boom, 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 right? And that's when other people came and stepped in.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Don't call me no bitch. You crazy.
So let me get this straight. Him calling you a B is worth fighting, but you were calling him an N-word the whole time. But if the white boy called you an N-word, you would want to fight. I'm telling you, you so-called ninjas are weak. I don't know, how could a woman respect you ninjas? You act like women. This guy called you a B. You ask him to repeat what he says. He tell you again that you're a B. You get offended and you want to fight. Don't call me a B. He called me a B. I can't believe he called me a B. But you called him an N-word like 12 times. But you didn't see no offense in that. But if the white boy would have called you an N-word one time, you would have been ready to fight. Do you see the problem with ninjas? Do you see how ninjas make themselves look so bad? Listen, Kelpy took the W in this one. Even if he got punched in the face, I got more respect for him. I got more respect for Kelpy because, number one, he stood his ground. He didn't let the other dude talk over him, try to belittle him, make him look like he's some sort of sucker and whatnot. But at the same time, he took the beating, stood around while the other guy is still crying about, you called me a B. Up to now, I ain't hear Kelpy say, but you called me an N-word. You called me an N-word like 12 times. I ain't get mad. I ain't cry like a little girl. That was offensive. Even though I'm white, I mean, like, why would you call a white guy an N-word? This is sad, man. Very, very sad situation.
Crazy. I was in here chilling. Call me no bitch.
We was all trying to be in here.
What's wrong with you, nigga?
And he called him an N-word again. You heard that? He called him an N-word again. And nobody could see that. Nobody could see that in the room.
Oh, fuck. I was taking this out of here. I know, man. Damn. Hold on. I gotta find my watch. Here. Look, hold on.
You see the blood on his jacket? You see the blood on his jacket? See that?
Come on, boy. I didn't even try to do all that, son. Nigga, call me a bitch.
I ain't try to do all that, son. The N-word called me a B. So it makes you feel good to punch the guy in the face, beat him up, make you feel like a man. You lost a lot of points for this one. And I'm pretty sure other guys that are real, they're going to say the same thing. They're going to agree with what I'm saying. You didn't look good in this one. I'm talking to so-called suspect. You didn't look like a man in this one. You look very, very weak. This is a coward move, to say the least, because just looking at Kelpy, you know he's not that type. You could have went after somebody that's more like the type of guy that would break your face. You could have did that to that type of guy. And he would have definitely gave you a knuckle sandwich you would remember. But see, Kelpy, he wasn't trying to fight you back. And normally when a man is not trying to fight you back and you still swinging on him and he's not fighting you back, there comes a time when a man got to say, you know what, let me just chill. Let me stop. He's not fighting me back. So me continually punching him in the face is no different than a boxing match when the guy got knocked out and he's still punching him in the face. You don't get no points for that. That was a coward move right there. And this has nothing to do with him calling you a B. This is your jealousy. This is the envy that you have for this brother. You always wanted to fight him. You always wanted to punch him in the face. You always wanted to see harm come his way because you never liked the fact that he's getting money. And he's white. And he's getting women. Man, makes you feel real insecure, right? I know.
You is a bitch.
Look at y'all. Come on.
Notice that. Kelpy still called him a B after that. He said, but you is a B. And then the black dude looked at Kelpy and said, but look at you, meaning you're all lumped up. That's not the point. The point is the suspect dude is a damn B because of the pure fact of what he did. That's a coward move. Why are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? See, it wasn't Kelpy that got up. It was the suspect dude who's suspect. Somebody need to evaluate these situations, man, because it's like a lot of guys out here are struggling with insecurities and they hide behind this facade of I'm a thug, I'm a gangster, I'm this, I'm that. And the whole time they got a lot of feminine energy, man. And they wear damn panties at night. Sad situation, but we got more.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's Lil Kelpie, aka Kelpie the P. Matter of fact, call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke.
So now this is Kelpy right here. He's giving his take on the whole situation, on what went down. Let's find out what he got to say.
Today, I'm talking to y'all about the whole no jumper beat down situation, because I know people are going to want me to speak on this, and it's late at night. I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? I'm high, I'm ready to go to sleep, but I need to get this video out so that, you know what I'm saying, basically you guys can hear the story because y'all was requesting it. Now I want to start off by saying I ain't on no type of like net beef and like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this, you know, after the fact type shit, bro. What happened is real simple. You know what I'm saying? I came onto that show with a different type of energy than I had in the first interview that I did with Sharp and Almighty. And this time I was like, you know what? They posted the last one when they was being disrespectful, so I'm going to match the energy this time, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to match the energy in the first one, like I said before, because I was scared they wouldn't post it. The whole thing would have been a waste of time. So I go into this one like, oh, well, the dude still disrespected me, so I'm going to do the same shit right back to him. And then I got spit on and then smacked up.
Spit on. This dude spit on the man. I forgot about that part. He did spit on him. Now, that's extremely disrespectful, to spit on a man. You know that's actually a crime, right? You know, do you even know that spitting on somebody is a crime? That right there, you can get charges brought on you. Just by spitting on somebody. That's a crime. And it's on tape. So if Kelpy won it, he could bring charges on this guy. Mess his whole life up. You can't spit on people.
But I called him a bitch, and that still stands. I still think he's a bitch. But it's real simple as to what happened, you know what I'm saying? I got beat. I said something that got me beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really that hard to decipher or read between the lines on that, because there really is nothing. It's something you could take at face value. Like, it is exactly what it looked like. As you can see, though, you know what I'm saying? My face is good. Still got my diamonds on. You know? My face is all good, though. The only reason that y'all was seeing blood is because I got braces. So when I was getting punched by those weak-ass punches, and dude had a ring on, too, which is the only reason that I was, like, bleeding there, because when my skin hit the braces, like, a shit ton of blood just started squirting out, because it's, like, all pokey in there and shit. So, yeah, some blood was coming out, but nah. He hit like a bitch. I stand on what I said. I still think he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And what I really wanted to speak on in regards to him, because I know y'all love the drama and the beef, but I just wonder where that energy was the multiple times he's been robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that shit happened with Swifty Blue, I don't know the specifics on that, but...
The energy was not there because, like you said, he's a so-called B. That's why. That's a good point you brought up. In other words, where's that energy? Where's all of that gangster when you get robbed? That's basically what this dude is saying. In other words, you want to fight him for calling you a B, but when you got robbed, you don't got that same energy. Why? Oh, I know why. Because you're a B. That's why. Makes a lot of sense.
I know they had his chain. They took his chain. So, like, where was the energy with that, bro? Like, you picked on me because you knew that I was sitting back and relaxed and I had the mic in front of me. So you swung on me, you know what I'm saying? You didn't ask to fade when I called you a bitch. You didn't take it outside, none of that shit, because I would have been down for that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I got my ass beat. Do I think it was a fair fight? Nah. Do I think I would have rocked him if we had gone outside? Probably not, but I would have gotten more punches in. And it would have been more entertaining for sure, because during the interview, bro, that was, I mean, it was goofy. Y'all
Listen, by the pure fact that this dude got back on camera to share his piece, you got to give him some respect. You got to give him some respect. He came, look, check this out. He came on camera after being in a fight, acknowledged that he lost the fight, and basically sharing his piece. You see how that goes? He's showing himself to be more of a man than the suspect dude. You see how that is? Even after losing, because he actually won. See, just because you lost the fight doesn't mean you lost the battle. He actually won, because what that fight proved is that the suspect dude is actually weak. So now in the streets, it's going to be known like, wow, bro, you fronted on this dude. Of all the people, you had all that energy for him, but bro, seriously speaking, what about when you got robbed though? Like, why you ain't go after those people? Why him? It's gonna make people question him now. A lot of dudes is gonna hold him to the fire now because of what happened with you. Trust and believe that. They're gonna read his card now.
Like, yeah, I got my ass beat. Yeah, I was asking for it by calling him a bitch, but he is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And him not matching the energy and getting his chain to it kind of just proves that.
Yep.
And I feel like the whole reason that he went and swung on me like that and didn't take the disrespect, even though we was on camera, is because he's trying to change that narrative about himself. Everybody knows Almighty a bitch. Nobody thinks that he's, you know, the toughest gangbanging dude out there.
Well, I already know he's not tough. I could look at that and I could tell that off the top. I could just look at the way, I could look at him from the way he's carrying himself, trying to prove himself a lot. You can read the temperature and know that he's really not about the things that he's saying. So he tried to use you to make his numbers go up, to make people like respect him. But actually now they're going to be disrespecting him now. Yeah, that's definitely true. Because when you really think about it, after the fight, he was like, yeah, but you know, he called me a B. So, you know, I had to do what I had to do. To a man that wasn't fighting you back? Really? A man that's, he's in a less weight class? Really? That was a fair fight to you, bro? What about the people that robbed you? Did you swing on them? Oh, you didn't swing on them. Oh, I get it. You ain't swing on them. Wow. It's interesting, the type of things that the internet bring up. But let's get back to the tapes.
Everybody knows he's a bitch, so he was like, oh, well, maybe if someone calls me a bitch and I show them that, you know, I'm about my respect and all that, and I start swinging on a mid-interview, that's going to change the narrative about me and shit. In all honesty, like, I know I got my haters that going to hate me regardless of how this had turned out, you know what I'm saying? I could have whooped his ass, and that shit would have, you know, I still would have had my haters, but...
Tell you the truth, I don't even know who these guys are. I don't know who these guys are. I'm just reporting the news.
I feel like a lot of people are seeing this for what it is in terms of Almighty's a bitch. I'm not saying I would have won the fight, but he obviously picked an easy target, me being relaxed, laid back, 6 years younger than him, you know what I'm saying, skinny, short dude and shit. And I'm not saying he's the biggest motherfucker out there, but he picked somebody a lot younger than him versus somebody who's really like, you know what I'm saying, strapped up gangbanging every day in the streets of LA where
That's what I'm saying. He picked on you because he knew you weren't going to fight back. This is typical of what cowards do. Cowards target weak people. They don't target people that's going to pretty much put them down. They ain't going to target those kind of people. They target you because they knew you were on no jumper. They knew you weren't the type that's going to swing back. They knew it was an easy situation. And they try to use you to make their gangster level go up. In other words, hey, I swung on a dude mid-interview, so I know y'all ain't gonna mess with me now. Fam, just doing that on the interview is gonna make somebody now check you in the streets. And I'm talking to Suspect. The way you did that dude on that show, another dude is gonna come at you with that same energy because you trying to show yourself to be gangster, so somebody gonna pull your card right in them streets. That's how the streets work, no matter how you see it. You do something crazy on the air like that, disrespecting another man, beating him up in front of everybody, and you think that that's going to win you some points in the street, somebody going to lay you out, bro. Somebody going to see you in the street, and they're going to pull out the camera, and they're going to start to record, and they're going to walk up to you, they're going to punch you in your face, and it's going to be all on video. It's going to be plastered all over the web, and they're going to be like, yo, remember that fight on No Jumper? Remember that? Okay, where that same energy at, bro? And they're going to make an example out of you. Trust and believe that. Let's roll the tapes.
That, you know, they take his chain, he don't do nothing about it. It says a lot, you feel me? And yeah, I just wanted to drop this video to give y'all a little bit of insight into the situation, but really it's not any deeper than it looks. Okay, for real. Like, I went into the interview and Adam was cool with me, and Suspect didn't like that Adam was cool with me because Adam was on my side. He was like, well, the dude, like, he got the bitches, you know what I'm saying? He's talking like he knows the shit. He's getting some money, you know, it's evident. So Adam was fucking with me. And then when Suspect seen that, he hated it. So he went back to that same energy he had with Sharp.
Because he was jealous of you the whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Where he's just cheerleading, calling me out for my appearance, calling me Caillou, calling me a clown, saying nobody knows me, all that shit. Like, bro, nobody got to know me for me to get money, for me to participate. You know what I'm saying? I don't participate in the game once again, but, you know, for me to participate in any type of money-getting activities, nobody got to know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the interview, Ben Frank knows who I am. And that's really all that mattered to me. And Suspect ain't like that. He ain't like that I was reciprocating the same energy he was giving off. He ain't like that I was making fun of his name, you know, like, oh, sus Gerb, you know, you sus, all that shit. He didn't like it. So I feel like I really got to him. And that's why, on top of him trying to, like, change his image about himself, that he decided to swing on me mid-interview. And was it goofy? Yeah. Did I, you know what I'm saying, know what was going to come when I called him a bitch? Of course, bro. Like, bitch is fighting words. You say that to somebody, you know what's coming.
No, it's not necessarily fighting words. The problem is that when a man get called a B and he resort to wanting to fight, he just made himself look like one because he is one. He's emotional. If all it takes for me to do is call you a B so that you can react, then you're a weak person. That means that I could control you just with my words. I could get you to put yourself in prison just by saying a few words, line you up, set the circumstances, and have the police ready. Make you say a few words just to trigger you. Set your ass up, get it on camera, lock you away. Now all your money that you were getting is over because you weak. And see, a lot of you brothers, you're just like that. Very, very weak, very emotional. All a guy got to do is say one thing to you, you ready to fight. Throw your whole life away. Bro, why are you in prison? Oh, a man, yeah, he called me a B, so, I killed him because he called me a B. So let me get this straight. You were out there making money. You were a millionaire. And now you in here with us doing 40 years because somebody called you a B. Okay.
The thing is, I expected it to be a little bit more, a little bit more coordinated of a fight. I was just sitting back and I was like, well, he's a bitch, so I'm gonna call him a bitch. But at the same time, I wasn't really like anticipating fighting right then and there. I thought it would be more like some shit where, camera turns off. He's like, y'all can go take this outside if you need to. And then we would have, squabbled outside or whatever. But that wasn't the case. But am I mad at the situation? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I fuck with him? No, of course not. I still think he's a bitch. Could we patch that up? Maybe. I don't know about that. Maybe.
Ain't no patching up after that, fam. Ain't no patching up, bro. Certain things cannot be repaired. When a man crossed that line and he's doing that to you, right? He's your enemy. Sad to say. When a man get up and he want to fight, punch, do all of that type of stuff, that man, he wish you were dead, bro. I'm just being honest with you. If something was to happen to you today, he'll be happy about that. So you really can't patch that up. That's one of them situations like what I was talking about earlier, on how if you have a beef with somebody, you could go to them and kind of squash it. This you can't squash. This one right here is a no jumper, to say the least. Can't fix this one. You're just gonna have to let that one go. Do your thing, focus on your bread, because that dude right there, he hates you. Always did. Anytime he see you, you know what I mean? He don't have nothing good to say. So you can't really repair that one.
I'm saying, but yeah, I'm not mad at the situation, like I've been in so many fights. I got my ass whooped. I whooped so many asses that at the end of the day, it's just another fight. It don't matter who it's with. It don't matter if you win or lose. It's a fight. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to want to fight somebody, if you're going to throw those fighting words around with somebody, you got to anticipate the consequences of that.
You see, you're saying you got to anticipate the consequences, but you forgot he was calling you the N-word the whole time. What about those consequences? He didn't consider that. He didn't care. He was calling you the N-word the whole time. You calling him a B is nothing compared to him calling you the N-word over 12 times. You see that? But you didn't get up wanting to fight because he did that. He got up and wanted to fight because you called him a B. You know why? Because he's a B. That's why. Why would he want to fight over that? Because he had to prove something to someone. He realized that everybody's watching. And the last thing he want is for a white boy who is skinny to call him a B on No Jumper, and it's plastered all over the internet. So he said, you know what? I'm so insecure that rather than me just keep my cool, I'm going to have to say something. I'm going to have to do something that's going to make me look like I'm strong. I'm going to have to do something in hopes to make me look like I'm from the streets so I can earn some respect. That's what I'm going to do.
One of those consequences could be getting your ass beat, and I knew that when I said it. So, I'm not really all angry about the situation or butthurt or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no cool scar to show off or none of that, but what happened. I got some stuff in the works though with No Jumper. For sure, y'all need to stay tuned with that. I'm cool with Adam 100%. Even though I'm not cool with Suspect. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Adam. I'm cool with a lot of the other motherfuckers that work at No Jumper and shit like that. So honestly, this is just a little a little bit of publicity that, good or bad, you know what I'm saying, what happened happened. I'm not going to look at it as good. I'm not going to look at it as bad. I'm just going to look at it as, you know what I'm saying, the results of my actions, you know, consequences or reactions, whatever you want to call it. Like, what happened happened. I can't change it. I don't feel the need to go out there and, you know, do anything to him. I don't feel the need to go post a bunch of net beef and shit. Only reason I'm making this video is because I know all y'all want to see this. I know all y'all looking up my name, looking up videos to watch about the almighty fight, looking up your favorite YouTuber's perspective if they made a video on it. So I know for a fact y'all gonna want to see me drop a video on it, and that's why I'm doing this.
So he know that people are going to be out there doing reactions and talking about the situation. So he just decided to pretty much come out, share his thoughts on what went down. And it is what it is. He's going to gain publicity off of this. Hopefully, you know, things, you know, go on a straight and narrow path from here. But as for the suspect dude, his credibility is going to go down. A lot of people going to be saying that he's a coward. You're going to have a lot of people making a video sooner or later. They're going to be talking about this. They're going to be like, yeah, he's a coward straight up and down. That was weak. Trying to fight another man over something petty like that. Y'all were both arguing back and forth about a particular issue, but instead you want to fight because he called you a B. Rather than focusing on the subject, it seems like you were out. He debated you and you lost, and you couldn't really get back at him, so you had to turn it into a fight. And that's typical with ninjas. This is why they're not really intelligent enough to have a debate, civil debate. They always resort to violence. This is what they do. This is the nature of a ninja. You know, you can't have a civil debate with them because they resort to their animal instincts of wanting to fight to prove something to another man. That's what they do. Let's go.
I'm really doing it for y'all, for my fans, for my haters, for my supporters, for motherfuckers that want to see me die, for motherfuckers that want to see me shine. I'm doing it for all y'all. So yeah, I just wanted to really quickly touch on that. Like I said, you could take this one at face value. There really ain't no behind the scenes shit with this. I thought the dude was a bitch because the dude was acting like a bitch. I said that to him because that's how I felt about him.
He was jealous of you the whole time, like I said. See, people are saying, yeah, but you know, white dude call him a B, he disrespected. No, suspect was acting like a B the whole time. He was hating on this dude the whole time, jealous. So he displayed the characteristics of a B. And then when he was called out on it, it triggered him. You know why? It's in his blood. It's in his blood. If I call one of you brothers that got kids a deadbeat dad, would you get offended? Why would you get offended if you're not a deadbeat dad? If you know you're taking care of your kids, you wouldn't be offended. So if you know you're not a B, why would you get offended? To suspect, you know why you're a B? Because when he called you a B, it reminded you of the fact that you are a B. It reminded you of the situation when you got robbed. It reminded you of the fact that you didn't do nothing to the people who robbed you. So when he called you a B, because of the trauma that you have in your heart, because you know deep down inside you are a coward, you know that. It triggered those emotions, and you remembered the pain that you felt when you were robbed and you lost your manhood, your dignity. Yeah. See, I'm reading your card. So when he called you a B, you thought by getting back at him would make you feel better based on what happened to you when you got robbed. That's the truth. Suspect, if you're watching this video, you are a coward. Yeah, you are. Where was that energy when you got robbed? You're trying to prove to these streets that you got it, but really you don't. Be very careful, because what you did to that man, somebody's gonna check your temperature one day. And they're gonna say, hey, where's that same energy that you had for Kelpie that you had on No Jumper? And they're gonna see if you really about that life. And man, they're gonna have it on tape. And guess what? I'm gonna do a reaction video to it. Yeah. I don't like people like you. I don't like bullies. I never liked bullies. I don't like people like that. I remember seeing a lot of people like that in school. People picking on people. People that wasn't even fucking with them. And you picking on them, pushing them, tripping them. Because you figure you could do it. Until you get your just due. See, it's downhill from here, bro. You're not looking good. Not on social media. A lot of people going to talk about this. They're going to agree with the things that I'm saying. Trust and believe they are. Wasn't a fair fight. The man wasn't trying to fight back. It reminded me so much of the Shanquella death. Wow. Hey, it is what it is, right?
And he swung on me, you know what I'm saying? And I got a beating, you gotta take a beating sometimes. But really, like, you know, like I said, what happens, happens. You can't be mad at a situation that you knew you was getting yourself into, that you got yourself into. You just gotta take the consequences and move on. And that's really what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not with the net beefing. I'm just trying to keep going. I'm trying to be cool with No Jumper. I'm trying to continue working with them as well as other podcasts out there. I'm trying to just really make that legal internet money. Because once again, the streets do not love nobody. You know,
the streets do not love nobody. And yeah, focus on that internet money. Stay on your grind, work with different podcasters, do what you got to do to get that legal internet money. See, at least the white guy got some damn brains, unlike you so-called ninjas. See, the white guy's like, I'm trying to get that internet money, the legal money. I'm not trying to be out in these streets. But you ninjas, rather than you get some brains, start a business, do some social media content, get something going, you'd rather be in these streets selling drugs and robbing and stealing. I don't understand that mess, man. It doesn't even make any sense anymore.
And you cannot last in this shit forever, so.
You can't.
Yeah, y'all, I appreciate you for watching this. Like I said, big moves coming with No Jumper, with my own shit, with music, with all that. Okay, I just wanted to speak on that for y'all, though. But y'all have a blessed day.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for you right now. So, No Jumper fight during interview between Almighty Suspect and Kelpie. That's my take on it. Final words. Kelpie pretty much won the battle. Suspect took an L on this one. He got an F for pretty much fighting on a podcast, which is bad for business. When it comes to the internet game, when it comes to getting money on the internet, fighting on a podcast is bad business all around. It's not a good look. Nobody gonna take you serious at this point. Right? Nobody's gonna take you serious. They're gonna look at the situation and they're not gonna want you on their show, right? Any sort of business opportunities in the future, you're gonna ruin it. These tapes are never gonna be erased. It's gonna be forever on the internet. Just not gonna look good for you all around. It's gonna mess up your money. Beefing and fighting on the internet is bad business. It'll get views, but it's bad business. You're gonna lose more money. People will wanna see it, but you're gonna lose money. So The winner in this case would be Kelpie, because although he lost the fight, he showed himself to be a better man, and his numbers is going to go up. People that didn't know him are going to get to know him. They're going to Google him to find out what he do. I don't know nothing about what he do. I just know that he was on No Jumper. And for some odd reason, through this fight, I got to know his name. So, hey, I wish him the best. Continue getting money, do what you do, and stay out of drama. That's all I got to say on this matter right now. Right? That's about it. But just know to suspect, while you out here being gangster, somebody gonna test you, bro. Trust and believe, man. Trust and believe, man. Somebody gonna come at you, bro. That energy that you displayed there, somebody gonna test you for that one, man. You can't do that one and go unpunished. Somebody's gonna definitely catch you out there. And they're gonna say, bro, you the same dude that did X, Y, and Z. This is why you can't be doing stuff like that, fam. It's a coward move. You know, as a dude, you could look at another dude and know that you could beat him. You could just look and you could be like, yeah, I could beat this dude. Yeah. That's exactly how you looked at Kelpie. You knew he's not that type. So you tried to test him. What if Kelpie had a gun on him right there? What if he had a gun and you thought he was just a punk, and he took you out right on No Jump, on the air? See, nobody thinking about that. What if he did that? What if you would have got shot right on the air? That would have messed up No Jumper's show. There would have been arrest, and you could have possibly been dead. Why don't we just focus on making money and stop focusing on all this jealousy? Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here. You already done know what it is. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Ringo TV Reactions, providing you the best videos on YouTube, the best reactionary commentary, criticism. You already done know what it is. Subscribe today. That's right. I'll catch you in the next stream, Ringo TV Reactions. Subscribe today. Click the notification bell for all so that you could be notified of my next video upload or live stream. Shout out to everybody that supported via Cash App from the last show, this show, and every show in the future. Ringo TV Reactions. We out. Peace. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.